Since we were boys, a phrase has echoed in our ears, like a silent mantra, seared into our minds with a hot iron. Men don't cry. Three simple words, but with an overwhelming weight, that build invisible walls around our emotions. Three words that define, often cruelly and restrictively, the role that society has assigned to us. But what happens when this emotional dam overflows? Where do the sadness, the pain, the fear, the vulnerability that are inherent to the human condition go? We need to dive deep into the construction of this toxic masculinity, unravel the roles that society has imposed on us, and most importantly, show that there is a path to emotional freedom, to a more authentic life, and yes, for men who allow themselves to feel. The idea that men don't cry didn't come from nowhere. It is a result of centuries of social construction reinforced by culture, media, and even the language we use. In many cultures, masculinity has historically been linked to physical strength, courage in battle, provision, and protection. Expressing emotions like sadness or fear was seen as a weakness, as a threat to this role of protector. Think of the heroes of old movies, always impassive, even in the face of pain. In our world, this view was also shaped by patriarchal values and the idea of the macho, strong and virile man, who does not show vulnerability. The price of this emotional repression is extremely high. Men who are taught to not express their emotions often do not develop the tools to deal with them in a healthy way. Unexpressed sadness does not disappear. It accumulates, turns into anger, isolation, addictions, and tragically into alarming suicide rates. Teaching a boy not to cry is teaching him not to feel, and if he doesn't feel, he cannot process his experiences in a healthy way. This leads to a disconnection with himself and with others. Society doesn't just tell us not to cry. It imposes a series of other limiting roles on us. We need to be an unwavering provider, always strong and in control, extremely competitive, sexually dominant, an exhaustive list of expectations that are often contradictory and unrealistic. A man who shows sensitivity may be seen as weak, while a man who expresses anger may be considered aggressive. There is no room for the complexity of human emotions within this box predefined by society. This emotional straitjacket is passed on, often unintentionally, from father to son. Fathers who were taught to suppress their emotions teach their sons to do the same, perpetuating a vicious cycle of silent suffering. I was taught to swallow my tears, to be strong. It took me years to realize how much this isolated me and prevented me from having truly deep relationships. The good news is that this narrative is changing. A new generation of men is questioning these limiting roles, seeking a healthier, more authentic, and emotionally rich masculinity. I want to share with you 5 examples of how you can exercise your emotional, sensitive, and human side. First, allow yourself to feel. The first step is to give yourself permission to feel all emotions: joy, sadness, anger, fear. Emotions are not signs of weaknesses. They are signs that we are alive. Crying doesn't make you less of a man. It makes you human. 2. Seek authentic connections. Build relationships with other men where vulnerability is allowed. Talk about your feelings, your difficulties. Break the myth that a man needs to solve everything alone. Strength lies in connection, not in isolation. 3. Seek professional help. There is no shame in seeking help from a psychologist or a therapist. They can give you the tools to understand and deal with your emotions in a healthy way. It is an act of courage and self-care. Deconstruct the stereotypes. Question the representations of masculinity you see in the media and in society. Support men who express their emotions openly. Be an example for the next generation, showing that being a man is being complete, with all its emotional nuances. And number 5, practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Unlearning years of conditioning takes time and effort. There will be moments of relapse, but the important thing is to keep moving towards a healthier and more liberating masculinity. The 21st century offers us the opportunity to redefine what it means to be a man. We no longer need to live imprisoned in a narrow box of social expectations. We can be strong and sensitive, providers and vulnerable, rational and emotional. Embrace your complete humanity. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to live fully. The world needs whole men, not emotional robots. If this reflection touched you, consider leaving a like and subscribe to the channel. We are not alone. We are all part of a much larger whole. Let's build a new narrative together of the true role of a man in the 21st century. Thank you. Until next time.